Elon Musk just announced that the first human subject received one of his Neuralink brain implants. Yeah. It's never a good sign when the headline is the words first human subject. You know what I'm saying? It's never a good sign when you wake up from the surgery and the doctor says, oh my God, it worked.
In fast food employment news, Chipotle is hiring 19,000 people for its busy burrito season. In a related story, Chipotle is also hiring 30,000 bathroom attendants.
Well, guys, everybody's excited about this year's Super Bowl in Las Vegas. And I saw that tickets to the game are the most expensive ever, with the cheapest ones going for $10,000. 10 grand is a lot for a football game, but it's dirt cheap to see Taylor Swift live. I will say that. I'll do that.
It's 6:07 at WRJN Radio. I'm Don Rosen. I want to thank you for joining me here on this Thursday morning. A clear sky out there. Going to be sunny today with a high near 43. This weekend, sunny Saturday, sunny Sunday. Highs around 40. Perfect. Don't you love it? Everything's right with the world this morning. Coming up a little later on, we're going to give away tickets to go see, are you ready for this? Lauren Daigle at the Wisconsin State Fair. She'll be on the main stage Friday, August 9th. Lauren's soulful music has amassed 1 billion worldwide streams and sold-out headline shows all around the world. She'll perform her hits like You Say, Rescue, and Thank God I Do. Tickets are on sale now at wistatefair.com. That's wistatefair.com. And all this week, today and tomorrow, we're giving away tickets to go see Lauren Daigle at the Wisconsin State Fair. You can win a pair this morning. We might even give away 2 pair this morning. Might do it. You never know. Hey, coming up, we've got Shay King, head of business development for the Racine Public Library. Got some big news at the library, some things they're doing that I didn't know about until I read it. Shay gave me a little list of things they're doing. We're going to talk about that coming up at 6:30 this morning here at WRJN. But right now, we're going to find out how middle-aged you really are. Just what you wanted to know, huh? Don't you hate DJs that talk over the music? I just hate that. It drives me crazy. Also, later on, too, we'll check in with Stuart J. Waddles, our news director. He's in the news center with local news. We'll have those for you this morning as well, I promise. All right, how middle-aged are you? Let's find out. You can't sleep past 9 a.m. Oh, that's true. Yeah, but see, the problem with me is I've been getting up early, for 50 years, so it's not going to change much. You can't start a movie past 9 p.m. That's true. My wife and I will never go to a late-night movie in the theaters, and we generally don't start movies if we watch them at home past 9 o'clock. That's true. You call your children for tech support. I do. You used to fix typos with whiteout. I think everybody did, didn't they? Well, everybody who's middle-aged now, I guess. You've called a 30-year-old kid. You swap element stories with your friends. My sister-in-law were on the phone about a week ago, and we spoke for 40 minutes about all our aches and pains. That is so true. Once you're in your middle age, it's all about, do you get that pain in your shoulder? I got a cramp in my leg the other day. My back. Have you gotten up lately? It's really hard to get up. Have you seen this rash? What is this all about? Oh, look at this scab I got. That's what you talk about with your friends. You're on Facebook, but not Grindr. You write appointments on a paper calendar. Well, that I don't do. I actually put it into my phone. Or is that middle-aged? Yeah, I put all my appointments. When they want to give me a card at the doctor, hold it. I bring it up on my phone. It's okay. Give me the date. I'm going to put it right here, right now, because I won't get lost. You're not quite sure how you got that bruise. You gain weight just by looking at food. You go to the bank to make a deposit. I've done that before. But no, I go through the drive-thru. I know. Some of my deposits are made automatically where, the deposit's just made and I look at my bank statement and they're there. There's one or two where I physically get a check in the mail that I can't help because that's the companies I do business with mail by check. So that I don't have anybody's going to do that if if the business is going to send you a check. Although I think my daughter pays, she takes the check, scans it, and it goes right into her account. So maybe that is middle-aged. You've taken a keen interest in bunions and corns. No, I don't have any of those. You've dialed a rotary phone. Well, yeah. Growing up, that's all we had in our house was a rotary phone. You still have a landline. No, that I do not. My wife made me get it taken out. Several years ago, I didn't want to get the landline taken out. She said, if you're still having, heart palpitations 6 months from now, I'll put it back. Well, we never had it put back. And you can't find your glasses because they're sitting on top of your head. I don't have that problem. I never lose my glasses or keys or anything like that on my phone. I know exactly where they are. So maybe I'm not middle-aged. I think I'm past middle-aged. Excuse me. I think we're past that stage at this point. A 30-year-old woman, make that 39-year-old woman in Colorado just found out she's running for president, and she's not happy about it. Apparently, Crystal Gable, she's a marijuana activist, is a member of the Legal Marijuana Now party, and they put her name on the ballot in Minnesota without her permission. Now it's too late to change it, so she's running for president. We'll see how she does. All right, you know what a prop bet is? All right, when the Super Bowl comes around, they do prop bets. A lot of them have to do with who's going to win the coin toss, who's going to be the first person to score a touchdown, who's going to be the first team to get extra yardage, who's going to be the first to get a penalty. Those are prop bets, they call them. This year's prop bets have a brand new element. Let's just call it the Taylor Swift factor. There are already Taylor Swift Super Bowl prop bets out there like these. Will Travis Kelce propose to Taylor after the game? There's only about an 8% chance of that happening. Will Taylor be shown during the national anthem? There's a 66.67% chance of that, not surprisingly. Will the MVP of the game mention Taylor? Well, there's only about a 22% chance of that because it would have to be Travis Kelce as the MVP, and only he has the fourth best odds to get that honor. Now, Taylor might not even be there. She's performing in Tokyo the night before, so she might be able to get there, but there's no guarantee. There's all these things going around in circles about all these conspiracy theories about her. How do these things get started? Who starts a conspiracy theory? I heard some really wild ones about her. All right, we've got the Grammy Awards coming up Sunday night, and let's share a little love to our favorite artists who have never won a Grammy. Now, the list is long. I only took part of the list here because it really is long. In alphabetical order, ABBA never won a Grammy. The Backstreet Boys, the Beach Boys never won one. Diana Ross, Guns N' Roses, Journey, Katy Perry, Kiss, and Queen. I'm surprised Queen never won a Grammy Award. I'm surprised they all didn't win Grammy Awards, but they never did. All right. Hey, if you're on TikTok, songs from artists like Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, and Drake are disappearing. Universal Music Group says it's pulling its song catalog after failing to come to a fair licensing agreement with TikTok with regards to artist pay, protecting them from AI, and online safety for users. I didn't know you can get music on TikTok. Maybe I am middle-aged. Maybe I am. Maybe this proves it. A 60-year-old woman in New Hampshire is lucky to be alive after she was thrown into a garbage truck and compacted at least 4 times. She apparently fell into the dumpster while taking her trash out. How do you fall into a dumpster? Don't you have to, climb into it? How do you just, oh, I slipped, I'm in the dumpster. How does that happen? Compacted 4 times. Now, she's going to be okay, but still, that's got to be traumatic. The oldest person in America turns 116 years old this week, and we're all invited to her birthday party. Her name is Edie Cesarelli. Her hometown is in Willits, California. They're doing a parade past her house. Anyone can join it. She's the second oldest person in the world. A lady in Spain. Sounds like the song Lady in Spain. Is set to turn 117 years old on March 4th. I would have thought there's older people in the world, like 120-something. You know, when you read the Bible, those people lived in the 800. They lived to 800 years old, 700 years old. Old people. They lived a long time. Showbiz news. Terry Hatcher got kicked off a dating app because they thought she was a phony, didn't believe she was really Terry Hatcher. Don't you get that blue check mark or something to prove you're real? A documentary about Celine Dion's life and career in battle with stiff person syndrome is coming to Prime Video later this year. And Kevin Bacon and his wife, Kira Sedgwick, are acting in a movie together for the first time in 20 years. I looked up the name of the movie because I couldn't remember it. Cave Dweller. You ever hear of it? From 2004, 20 years ago? Cave Dweller. That was the last movie they were in together. I'd never heard of that movie before. And I hear about all movies, except the ones nominated for Best Picture of the Year at the Oscars. And by the way, thank Nell Minow for joining us yesterday. That was a great hour of radio yesterday, talking to Nell Minow. Even talking about her dad, Newton Minow, who was appointed chairman of the Federal Communications Commission by John Kennedy. I didn't know the fact that she got to meet John Kennedy when she was a little girl. That I didn't know. She was 9 years old, she said. She got to meet John Kennedy when her dad was appointed chairman of the FCC. That's something, huh? You never forget that. I got to see John Kennedy once. I was a little kid. It was, I guess, 1962, 63, 62. And he was headed down a highway in our town. And word leaked out, like Barney Fife trying to keep the gold shipment a secret coming through Mayberry. So word leaked out that John Kennedy, President Kennedy, was coming through Massapequa on Sunrise Highway. So everybody was down there lining the highway in the pouring rain. I remember we stood by an electrical box. It was this giant, big electrical box. And we were waiting, and 50 miles an hour, boom, went his motorcade right past us. He was in the car, supposedly. He was in the car, and we all started waving, having flags with us, and my mom was there with my brother and I and some neighbors, and we all started waving, and then John Kennedy went past us at 50 miles an hour. Did I see his face? No. There were tinted windows, but he was in the car. Same thing with Barack Obama when he was in Racine at Memorial Hall. His car passed by me when I was walking the dog. I didn't see his face. The windows were tinted, but he was in there. Close enough. 619 WRJN, Hometown Radio Refreshed, a civic media station. Lazy Day. Remember that song? What, 1967? If you remember that, you're middle-aged, right? It's 621 at WRJN Radio. I'm Don Rosen. Civic Media is WRJN. Hometown Radio Refreshed, where Shay King, head of business development for the Racine Public Library, is coming in. Tell us about a whole bunch of programs they've got just for you, and they're free. coming up in the next hour, we're giving away tickets, maybe 2 pair. We'll see how we feel. To Lauren Daigle, coming to the Wisconsin State Fair's main stage Friday, August 9th. Your chance to win those tickets coming up here at WRJN today and tomorrow. Hey, coming up tonight, we got the Badgers in Nebraska men's basketball. Badger basketball at Nebraska, 6:30 p.m. at WRJN Radio. Sunny today, gorgeous. Highs near 43 degrees. Cloudy tonight, sunny tomorrow with a high near 38. Saturday and Sunday, sunny. Highs near 40. I know everybody's saying, whoa. Winter's over? No, winter's not over. It was, 13 years ago. Tomorrow, we had 24 inches of snow. Remember Groundhog Day, the big snow? Yeah, so it ain't over. It's not over till the robin sings outside, right? Okay. All right, diet soda. I used to drink a lot of diet soda. And I went 4 bottles a day. When I worked here before on our FM station, WEZY, I used to bring in these 2 giant bottles of diet soda. Because I don't drink coffee. I needed some kind of caffeine kick in the morning. And I used to drink the diet soda. And I used to drink it when I was home, too. I just love diet soda. Diet Pepsi was my favorite. Diet Pepsi. Drank it all the time. And I guess I grew up doing that because my parents used to get Tab. Remember that horrible soda, Tab? It's still around. That was pre-Diet Coke. When Diet Coke came around, Tab kind of faded away. But it's still there. You can buy Tab. So I drank a lot of Diet Pepsi. And one day my wife said to me, maybe you're drinking too much of that. She didn't say I couldn't drink it. She didn't, she just said, it's pretty bad stuff. It's all chemicals. And that's true. If you look at the ingredients on diet soda, it's really not very appetizing. There's nothing natural in there. So I stopped drinking it. And that was about 7 years ago. And at the same time, I said, you know what? Maybe I'll stop drinking all soda. Because I don't like regular soda. It's too sweet. And if I can't have diet soda, I won't have any. So it's been about 7 years since I had a soda. So I stopped drinking it. And if you want to stop drinking it, here are some reasons why. It can cause migraines. The artificial sweeteners kill your taste buds. Drinking it actually increases your risk for developing diabetes. And it might not even help you lose weight. Yeah, they always say diet soda. They stuck the name diet on it. So everybody thinks, well, I'll drink that. I'll lose about 40 pounds. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, even when I was on for a radio station I worked at, they put me on Nutrisystem for a while. And I said, I'll drink diet soda. They said, no, you can't drink that on Nutrisystem. It's not dietetic. You think it is because they put the word diet on it, but that doesn't mean that. It means it's got no sugar in it. If you feel like this country is getting dumber, pay attention. This sure won't change your mind. 7% of adults in this country think chocolate milk comes from brown cows. 48% say they're not sure where chocolate milk comes from. That is a scary stat. Almost half the people in the poll said they're not sure where chocolate milk comes from. And which means less than half of the people in this country know that chocolate milk comes from adding chocolate to milk. That's frightening. And all these people do one of 2 things. They either drive out the car on the road, they're driving amongst us, or they go vote. And that's scary. People who don't know where chocolate milk comes from are going to cast a vote for your alderman, for your mayor, for your senators, congressmen, and what's even scary for the president. Whoa, and they don't know where chocolate milk comes from. Are you underpaid? Let's find out. 90% of us think we deserve a raise. Only 10% of people think they're currently paid what they're worth. 14% said they'd rather look for a new job than ask for a raise. 5% would rather get a root canal than have to ask for a raise. Why is that? If you think you deserve it, you should be able to ask for it. The worst they could say is no. They're not going to say, remember Oliver? May I have more, sir? More? You want more? They're not going to do that to you. You want a raise? Can I get a raise? You want a raise? They're not going to do that to you. Ask. You might be surprised. You might get it. Who knows? Apparently not everyone is welcome at Saturday Night Live. BuzzFeed.com released a list of people who are banned from SNL. They include Steven Seagal for being a bad host and being a jerk to the cast and crew. He hosted back in 1991. The next year, Lorne Michaels supposedly told Nicolas Cage that Steven Seagal was the biggest jerk who had ever been on the show. And Frank Zappa was banned. He did a terrible job of hosting the show in 1978. Okay. Looking for some extra cash? Here are some weird side jobs that require absolutely no experience. a golf course bird remover. Golf courses actually pay people to keep geese off the greens for reasons that should be obvious. You can make good money working for a goose control company or setting up your own for that matter. It doesn't, really not a lot of equipment, maybe a horn, an air horn. That's about it. A pet chauffeur. Pet owners are now paying people to take their dogs to the vet or to obedience school or whatever. Having a vehicle and a driver's license are the only requirements. You can provide pet carriers if you want to go that extra mile. All right. I found a job that I'm qualified for. A pet chauffeur. Oh, the little dog, this dog that lives in our neighborhood. I got to meet her again yesterday. I actually poked my beak outside for a little bit because it was sunny outside. And little Juniper. Juniper, I think, is a pit bull mix. She is the sweetest animal. As soon as she saw me, the tail started whipping at 150 miles an hour, and then she blocked me. She didn't want me leaving. So Juniper stood right in front of my feet, and when I tried to move, she moved to block my feet so I wouldn't leave. Dogs are like that. You can leave for 3 months, and when you come home, the dog is all crazy about it. Or you can leave for 3 minutes and come back, and it's the same reaction. They are just so excited. It doesn't matter if it's 3 minutes or 3 months. Doesn't matter. Oh, little Juniper. I love when I see her. I miss having a dog. I really do. I had dogs all my life, and now I don't have one. I maybe should get one. Shay King coming in a few minutes, head of business development for the Racine Public Library. It's the latest. It's the greatest. It's the library, and they've got some great things going on there. We're going to find out what they are coming up in just a few minutes. I know, because I got a sneak preview. I get their emails. Yes, I get emails from the library, so I know what's going on. We're going to tell you how to get those emails, too. A lot of people love those things. Sunny today with a high near 43. Sunny tomorrow, sunny Saturday, sunny Sunday. I bet you thought the sun wasn't coming out anymore. The Badgers men's basketball team at Nebraska tonight, 6:30 p.m. at WRJN, a Civic Media station. Hometown radio refreshed at 6:29. At WRJN Radio. And you know what time it is?
The place for you and the place for me is a local public library. They have books and things that they lend for free. It's the latest, it's the greatest, it's the library.
Today's public library is more than books. And if you haven't been there lately, you're missing plenty. Read, listen, look, take part, learn, grow, enjoy yourself at your public library.
Educational, informational, entertainment that's sensational. It's a way of life, it's for you and me. It's the latest, it's the greatest, it's the library. It's the latest, it's the greatest, it's the library.
Your public library.
Yeah, now we got Shay King in from your public library, and Good morning, Shay.
Good morning.
Look at you. You came in with coffee. Is that coffee?
Yes.
Coffee. You came in with some kind of energy drink. Is that water or energy?
It's water. Bare minimum of 2 drinks at all times.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, we have a bathroom here just in case you drink. You always got to be ready for people to drink a lot of coffee and stuff. And I never had a cup of coffee in my life, and I love the smell of coffee. One of our guests here said, I wish you had coffee, or I need coffee in the worst way. We do. We have a coffee machine with tons of coffee here. It's right around the corner, and we walk by it every time she's in here.
But you've resisted the siren
No,
call.
I didn't know it was there. I didn't notice it. And I walked by it, and so I texted her. This is Denise Lockwood from Racine County Eye.
Oh, hey.
And I texted her. I said, do you know we walk past a coffee machine that's loaded with little coffee packets all over the place with cream and sugar? It's right there with cups and everything. How do we not see it? I understand why I didn't see it, because I'm not, I don't have radar for coffee. People, beep, 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 they see coffee. She does, and she didn't notice it. So how are you this morning?
I'm pretty good.
I love you coming down the block.
I'm zooming down the road precisely 3 minutes late.
I'm here.
But I made it. We're in the building.
That's good. Now, I get the emails for the public library.
Yeah.
And I get them, a couple of times a month, whatever they come out. How do I get that? So somebody said to me, how do you get the emails? Because I mentioned it on the air. I don't know. I just do. How do you get them?
There's 2 ways. If you sign up intentionally, then all you have to do is go to racinelibrary.info/newsletter, and there's a link right at the top of the page that you can use, and then you'll start getting our emails. However, whenever somebody signs up for a library card, we automatically automatically enroll them to receive our newsletter.
That's the unintentional way.
That's the unintentional way.
All right. Because I like them. I get them every year. I just got one the other day. And some of the things on there are some of the things on your list today we're going to talk about.
That's right.
And one thing I didn't realize, and we'll talk about it in a moment, is the free COVID testing. Mm-hmm. Remember when COVID first started? It was like, everybody had like black wreaths on their door to scare it away.
Right.
They had everybody got the cross, the Exorcist cross and stuff to keep them away. I remember when I heard that Tom Hanks got it. I think he was in New Zealand filming the Elvis movie. And he texted that he and his wife got COVID, and people were saying, his obituaries were being printed already because he got COVID.
No.
Yeah, because, Tom Hanks was such a nice guy. I liked all his movies. And now he got COVID. It's like getting a cold. I got COVID.
Right. I've got it 2 times so far. I haven't got long COVID yet. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I had COVID twice. I had it once when they didn't have a name for it. And the second time, and by the way, both times I never stopped working, not from here, but from home.
Oh, wow. You must have been feeling okay?
No, I didn't feel okay.
Oh,
but
no.
I used to put my head down on my desk in between, because I was doing radio from home. And I used to put my head down on my desk, and I said, but I got through it.
Dang.
And I only felt bad for about 2 days, 2 days really bad where I couldn't get out of bed. The rest of the time, I was able to get out of bed and function, but that cough lasted forever. Mm-hmm. My neighbor got it, I think, 2 or 3 times. And she's got all the shots and everything, all the boosters, and she got all that stuff.
That was me. I got all my boosters. I might have even gotten one that I didn't need. Not sure. I've lost count at this point.
The bonus booster. Give her the bonus one.
But me, I was hanging out with a group of close people, and none of them have gotten all of the boosters. But I was the only one who got COVID out of all of us.
Yeah, it used to be the scourge. You got it. Your time was, the clock started ticking on your life. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, I got COVID. I had it the other day.
Now they can put you on antivirals, and they know a little bit more about it. Not enough, but a little bit more.
In about 20, 25 years, who's going to care if I got COVID? I'll be on the ground.
There'll be some other new super disease by then.
Oh, brother. Speaking about COVID, the public library, the Racine Public Library, actually is giving free COVID tests. Or you can get a COVID. They don't give you the test there. You get a box test, right?
That's right. You get box tests that have 2 COVID tests in them, and they are posted at all of the service stations right now. So if you walk in through the front doors, you can just grab one off the shelf, take it home with you, use it when you need it.
You need a library card?
No.
Okay.
Just walk in and grab one.
Hey, I'd like, that's fine, but you got to have the COVID test back in 7 days. You can take it out for 7 days.
Well, and the city's health department was very generous to share several boxes with us, and they just keep on giving them to us.
It's free.
It's free.
Yeah.
They do expire in April, so mind the expiration date when you grab it. Make sure you use it. Yes, and some of them, some of the tests that they were giving out earlier, you can check online to see if the expiration date was extended. But this batch, this appears to be the final expiration date. So use them before April.
It's like getting your milk. Jerry Seinfeld did a bit on that. He said, "Do you ever look at the date of milk? It's midnight tonight. I got to drink a half a gallon of milk before midnight. Oh, no, it's going to expire at midnight." And you're there at 10 to midnight drinking the milk. It's going to expire when the clock strikes 12. Tell me you don't think about that when you look at an expiration date on a carton. Tell me, everybody thinks of it.
I do the sniff test.
Oh, yeah. How about this one? It expires on January 31st. Oh, my goodness, it's February 1st. Oh, no, I got to throw it out. I'll give it to the birds. And the birds are eating expired food. They don't care. Tax forms and assistance. Now, I know tax forms. I knew you can always go up to the library and get tax. That I knew. What's the assistance part?
So, United Way of Racine County's VITA program has a couple of days and times throughout tax season that you can come into the library with an appointment, of course, and get free assistance filing your taxes. So you can come in. You have to book an appointment online at unitedwayracine.org/VITA, or you can call them at 262-383-2504, or you can even stop in at the library and ask for help getting signed up. And the appointments are Tuesdays 4 to 7, Thursdays 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the library. But they also have a number of other sites available throughout the community if those times don't work or if you want to do drop-offs.
You know, my tax lady's been doing my taxes, same person since 1972.
Really?
Since 1972. My mother used her for years, and my ex-wife uses her still. She's very good. Problem is, she's in her 80s now. And every year I call her before tax season to see if she's still alive.
Oh, no.
Well, I want to make sure.
Right.
I mean, they're not going to call me up and say, by the way, Don Dolores passed away. We get a new tax person. They're not going to say that. And she does my taxes every year. And I'll tell you what a good job she is. I'm not in prison.
The gold standard of doing your taxes.
See, Al Capone had a bad tax person.
Ooh.
And he wound up to Alcatraz. I have a good tax person, and I'm not in prison. No, she does such a good job. And, she knows everything about my businesses and my wives and the house.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so but she lives in New York. And whenever I call her up to ask a question, she'll send me the taxes back. And I'll say, well, I got a question. Donald, just sign the paper and don't worry about it. Just sign the paper. Everything's taken care of. And she gives me the bum's rush on the phone. This has been going on since 1972. And I said, but Dolores, I just have one quick question. Donald, sign the paper and get it back to me. Now, she does it electronically, but you still have to sign a paper saying that that it's done electronically.
Interesting.
You authorize her to do it electronically. Just sign it, Donald. Don't worry. Everything's fine.
She's efficient, I guess.
Well, she doesn't have time to deal with me. She does big corporations and everything, and she doesn't have time to deal with my stupid questions. Now, I have a 40-cent deduction. I paid 40 cents to some person on the street I put in a cup. Now, do I put that down? Donald, just sign it. All right, so tax forms and assistance are available at the Racine Public Library.
That's right.
By appointment. They get the tax forms.
Right, you can walk in anytime and grab a tax form.
But the assistance part.
Yes, the assistance part is by appointment.
Don't walk in with your big shoebox full of receipts that are on, golf balls. And you ever see the Odd Couple TV show when Oscar was being audited?
No.
Oscar Madison. They were on his receipts on tennis shoes and cigar boxes. All these things had receipts on them. Now, here's something. If you're looking for a career, the library's hiring.
It sure is.
Who are you hiring for?
We're hiring for 2 full-time librarians, and these staff members are integral to helping us staff the service desks, running programs, maintaining our collections, which means you get to read a lot of books and a lot of book reviews.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Do you have to know the Dewey Decimal System?
Well, it would certainly be a perk, but it is not a requirement of the job, believe it or not.
The Dewey Decimal System. I was reading something the other day. It said, you're old if you remember using the Dewey Decimal System. You didn't get rid of it that long ago, did you? You still have it, don't you?
It depends on the collection. So, I mean, if you go in and you want to grab a fiction book, those are all just sorted by, the author's names. But I still remember the Dewey Decimal System from, 10 years ago at my hometown library.
Well, don't you have the numbers still posted on when you're walking down the book racks? Aren't the numbers still posted?
Nonfiction still using Dewey Decimal.
Oh, brother.
Time travel is in the 500 section, by the way.
But you still use them.
Yeah.
You don't have the card catalog anymore, although you do on computer. But
right,
you don't,
right.
I still love that card catalog. You know you're old when you remember using the card catalog. So you're hiring 2 positions.
That's right.
And where do you apply for that?
RacineLibrary.info/jobs.
Oh, you got to do it online.
That's right.
So you have to have a computer or access, or you can use your computer in the library, right?
Yes, the library does have computers that usually there's open spots. So
now here's the question I have about those computers. How do you know there's no shenanigans going on at those computers in the library? Do you have things blocked on there so people can't get on questionable websites?
I think we do have blockers up that filter out certain websites, but they're also all out in the open and there's security cameras. If we have a problem, usually it's something like somebody's listening to music a little bit loud or like trying to dance at the computer. We'll just ask them to tone it down a little bit.
I like when you hear it over the PA system. The man on the dirty website, please take off that dirty website right now. The man on the dirty website on a bullhorn.
I feel like that happens once a year, if ever.
Really, it does?
If ever.
People have some nerve doing that at the public library.
It happens, like they don't have a good space at home to do whatever they're going to do in their own privacy. So that's the kind of stuff you deal with at the public library sometimes.
Who knew?
Right?
Yeah, who knew? I would feel funny, but you don't need passwords. I guess you do need passwords if you're checking email and stuff in that thing.
That's right. Yeah.
How protected is that? Computer?
See, next time we get Melissa in here, I think she'll know the answer to that question.
The head of security coming in. All right.
The head of digital security.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shay King is here, head of business development for the Racine Public Library. That's not the song I was looking for. That's bumper music in there. I don't know what came up there.
No library music?
No, well, we got that. That's the bumper music coming in. It's 6:49 at WRJN. Sunny today. Beautiful day with a high near 43. Sunny tomorrow. Sunny Saturday. Sunny Sunday. I just love it. Badgers against Nebraska at Nebraska tonight, 6:30 p.m. at WRJN Radio. Hometown Radio refreshed. A civic media station.
Day turned black, sky ripped apart. Rain for years till it dampened my heart. Cracks in the leaks, the floorboards could rot. About to go down, I'd almost forgot. All I got to do is to love you. All I got to be is be happy. All it's got to take is someone to make it blow away, blow away, blow away. All I got to do is to love you. All I got to be
dispersed. Rainbows appear and the passions will burst. Breezes are singing, they're feeling good.
Just chatting here off the air about some happy topics with Shay King, Head of Business Development for the Racine Public Library.
All I got to do.
And let's talk about some of the reading challenges you have. You know,
Yeah.
we forget that the public library isn't just for reading, but it's a big part of the library. Mm-hmm. We got a couple of books now. Now, I'm not a big reader, but I love my wife reads to me. She'll take the book. These are books about Racine.
Oh,
And they're
neat.
people's lives and how they grew up in Racine in the 40s, 50s, 60s. And she's reading the books to me because she's a great reader and she's a great speaker. So she reads these books, and I love listening. It's like listening to books, audiobooks. And she reads these to me, and I love listening to her. So that's how we do our reading. I lay back in bed, and she reads them.
Well, that's delightful.
Yeah, she loves it. I said, well, let me read. No, I'll read. Good, because I didn't want to read. I just made the offer. So talk about some reading challenges going on at the library.
Yeah, so reading challenges are one of the ways in which we try to encourage people who would like to read more but haven't quite figured out how to make it a huge priority in their lives we kind of incentivize them. So you can sign up for reading challenges at racinelibrary.beanstack.com.
B-E-A-N stack,
Yes.
S-T-A-C-K.
That's right.
I spelled it.
Yeah. Good job.
Hey, I graduated grammar school.
And Beanstack will list for you different books that are part of different themes and different activities related to those themes. And so you can earn badges, you can earn points for completing the books, completing the challenges. And it's like a good way to track your reading and encourage yourself to enjoy the process a little bit more.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And
So,
you know, you can, even if you're on computers, you still got to know how to read.
yeah.
There are words on the computer, and you have to know how to read, and you will have to read for school.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you cheat with AI stuff, you're still going to know how to read it.
Well, and I think I remember a stat that even including adults, most people in the United States are reading at not even quite a college level on average. So there is a literacy problem, and we try to find ways to make it easier how we can.
We'll just get married and have your wife read to you. that'll work. Okay, so is that that's the reading challenges you have now? You have more?
Yeah, so we have a couple going on right now. We just finished our winter reading challenge. That one ended in January. So now that we're transitioning into Black History Month, you can read books by Black authors about Black issues, history, of course. And we also have all year long, we have the Pride 365 reading challenge, which is all about celebrating who you are and who you love.
Well, that's nice. I mean,
Yeah.
there's always somebody who comes up with all these ideas at the library, by the way.
So I think some of these are developed by our library system. I think some of them are developed by Beanstack in partnership with other libraries. So there's actually lots of libraries around the state, at least, if not broader, that are doing the same challenges for their patrons. So you're participating in a little bit of a statewide or even maybe a national challenge when you do it.
Yeah, now, let me be honest. Do somebody come in and say, hey, listen, I found out what the Dubuque Public Library is doing. I think we can steal this idea. Do you do that kind of stuff? I would do it.
Yeah, we do. We share all the time.
Not share. I said steal. Radio stations do it all the time. What a great contest idea. I think I'll do that.
I mean, we like to try to do it honorably, but
We borrowed that idea. We shared it. That's great.
we checked it out.
Okay, so these are the programs for next week. The Anti-Racism Zoom Book Club.
Yeah.
That comes up on Monday, February 5th, 1 to 3 p.m.
Yep, and that's every Monday. It's actually been a long-standing program.
Anti-Racism Zoom Book Club.
Yeah.
It's just what the title implies, right?
Exactly. They'll read books that basically give people an opportunity to talk about racism, because we find that often the first step to understanding or creating change is just learning how to have a conversation about it. If you can do that, you can accomplish everything else, pretty much.
Okay. Social service programs. Now, this is good if, let's say you're an immigrant to this country and you've got to take the citizenship test, which I think every human being in this country should have to take that test. We'll be surprised how many people fail it.
Right? I'd flunk it probably.
I saw the questions once. We looked it up online, and I don't know if I can get a passing grade on that test. Yet these people who take it for citizenship do very well on it. That's shame on us for not knowing this
They
stuff.
have to work 10 times as hard.
So tell us about some of the classes coming up.
Yeah, so classes for English citizenship exam. That is hosted by Voces de la Frontera at the library. It's every Wednesday this year from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. in the Business Center. Anybody who wants to participate must have had a residency card for 5 to 14 years, or you have to have been married to a U.S. citizen for 5 to 14 years. So it's very specific, but you can register by contacting the hosts at 414-236-0415 or 262-346-4027.
Is this information on the public library website?
Is.
Okay, so in case you missed it, it's there. And if you want to hear it again, this show will be podcast later on today at civicmedia.us or WRJN.com. More with Shay King, Head of Business Development for the Racine Public Library, coming up in a moment. 6:58, a Civic Media station, WRJN, Hometown Radio, refreshed. Stay right where you are.